world, and say why music. Hello world, and say why music, and you can roll with it or refuse it. I say hey, ways to the world, this is my day. Something like BK happen my way. This is my time, I'ma shine so much.
I missed this show. What's up? Welcome to the Global Goals Music Roadshow, right?
He's only A.Y. Young.
What's great? And he be the one them call Timo Peach.
That's right. And
right.
What is this show designed to do, my friend?
Yo, this show is designed to empower you to change your world with us and shape a healthier future for the planet. And our mission is to turn the people of the world, which are like, humans, me, you, right? Which I call outlets, into a battery to power change, charged using the universal language of music.
Yes, it is. Now, he is in the US, I'm in the UK, and we're both music artists and change makers passionate about helping the world find a more hopeful human future. And we found our passion and our energy through making music, and this is some of his music. Yeah.
And here is some of his music.
You say you won't stay until the whole world's won, but I know there's gotta be something else going on. Imagine all the fun you're gonna miss out on. Imagine all the fun you're gonna miss out without me. Yeah, conspiracy. It's time to know the reason why she's wanting to leave me. Conspiracy. Imagine all the fun you're gonna miss out.
We couldn't have contrasted our music more this week, could we? And now we want you to find the same kind of energy and passion right where you are. So we always start this show by asking, what is your passion?
What's in your wallet?
No, we don't ask that.
Crap.
Yeah, different show, dude.
Yeah, commercial
because
mode. I thought that
passion...
we were asking for money. I'm tripping. We do this for love.
We do it for love. We never ask for money, do we? Because passion is where change starts. Am I right?
Yeah, totally, man. And I don't know where to go with this. This is the people show for changing the world.
He said people show for changing the world. Now you are basically the UN's young leader to the US, one of only 17 young leaders around the world. And my job is to kind of keep you topped up. So do you think it's time for would you like a little bit of refreshment, sir?
I don't mind if I do.
Here we go. Some green screen tea. Here we go. And there we are. Yes, that's great. And this evening's... sorry. No, it's fine. I'm just going to put that there. It should be great. Nobody worry.
Well, I mean, shoot, man. Each week, we welcome, guests from all over, to share, how they're facing the possibilities in climate change and social inequality wherever they are, in the world, and how much that they might, kind of use the goals as a framework of what they know about the goals, as framework for thinking in general, right? How we can address these problems. So, Timo, can we discover these guests?
Let's discover show number 27's Global Goals Guests.
Global Goals Guests, from the east to the west. I said, can you guess where the Global Goals Guests are from this week? Because they could be basically from anywhere.
I mean, yeah, dude, like pretty much anywhere.
Dude, totally, like obviously.
You're so chill, man. Our first guest? Our first guest this week is Evelyn.
What's up, girl?
What's going on?
Our second guest is Bea.
Oh my goodness!
And we have a third guest this week.
While we're loading them up.
It's Danny.
Load them up. What's up, girl?
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the show, all of you.
Wow, I'm surrounded by beautiful women.
Yes. Keep it together, man. You're a professional. So, first of all, Evelyn, where in the world are you?
I am in Champaign, Illinois. I'm in the Midwest, like AY. Just a skip and a hop from Chicago.
Amazing. Danny, where in the world are you?
I'm in Middle Tennessee. I'm southeast of Nashville.
And Bea, where in the world are you?
And I'm in Bournemouth, southwest of England.
Ooh,
Now that's my
all over
home.
the world.
That's my hometown. I've always thought Bournemouth is a hard word for anybody except somebody with my accent to say. It's a silly word. Bournemouth.
I have been practicing.
I thought you had.
Yeah.
It is, honestly. That's a hard word to say. Danny, what the heck is that place like? That's where Timo's at then, right? Oh, shoot. Okay, Timo's out there. That's the connection, I guess, you know?
It is. Bournemouth's a nice resort. It's not quite Cabo in Mexico where you were, and it's not quite San Francisco where you've also been this week, AY. But Bournemouth's nice, isn't it, Bea?
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's not very sunny now, but these days it has been nice and sunny. And I live literally, the sea is 5 minutes away by foot from my home. So yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely place. Yeah.
So we need to get into hearing what you I can't get sentences out. You wouldn't think I was a professional broadcaster sometimes. So we can cut that out, can't we, production? We can just edit that out so it's slick.
We're gonna make it cooler later. I mean, shoot, let's start. I mean, to my left then, like, let's go back to you, like, Evelyn, like, tell people, like, who you are and what you do, girl. What's up?
Hey, everybody. Well, I'm so happy to be here in conversation with everybody. I'm in Illinois, as I mentioned. I teach at Parkland College. I teach sociology, which I think is a pretty transformative and sometimes radical discipline. But I'm also a community activist, and I write as well. I write for mainstream media, and I also write textbooks. So.
Amazing.
I mean, shoot. I mean, what's some of the stuff that you've written and what are the topics that you write about? That's super tight. And I know I seen a little. I heard one of her poetry, like her poems, man, or whatever. It was crazy when I was at MEA. But tell me, like, what are some of your accomplishments as a writer? Like,
yeah, I was really inspired at MEA by AY and a lot of the other folks there. Really, really inspired to develop some new things, and a lot of new ideas came out of that. And I wrote a poem, which I haven't written poetry since college, so it took me back. But I have a piece that was probably that's more popular than anything else that I've written. That's posted in the Huffington Post, the Huff Post. That deals with aging as an African American and just talks about some of the unique experiences that we have as we age, not only just health related as far as our body, but also some of the disruptions to aging, like encounters with police and incarceration and all those sorts of things. And so that's what kind of led me into this sort of aging realm, which is what connected me with MEA. But I've always written about social relations, race relations, and justice, issues in general. And so I have a piece on truthout.org as well.
Amazing.
Our local newspaper, I've written several editorials for our local newspaper as well.
Oh, amazing. Well, yeah, there's plenty to get into there. So, we'll come back. Danny, tell us about you. What is your passion? How are you plugging in your passion?
I have many different passions that I'm actually plugging in. The biggest one would definitely be circus and hoop dance. And I'm actually plugging that in as a way to prevent childhood sexual abuse.
wow.
So that's, yeah.
Tell me how so. That's crazy. So, like, there we go back to how music and entertainment and art can, like, literally heal and build and how is that for you? How is that, how are you able to do that?
I use it as a platform to educate people about just that topic as a whole. and how to prevent it and all that.
You see, man, this is what I love about this show. You can have a long chat with somebody in the green room, and then only on the show do they come out with the line, yeah, so actually circus is my main thing, and I use it as a way to help people deal with the trauma of childhood sexual abuse. I love this show, and you're amazing, Danny. Thank you. That's amazing. We're coming back to that as well.
Yeah, totally.
And just to finish our introductions, Bea, you run a festival, don't you?
Yes, it's a World of Love festival. This is a family diversity festival. We want to promote equality of opportunity for everyone. So we are hoping that with our amazing performers and different diverse communities joining us, we will be just able to build some relationships between people.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's 2 days coming up in the great big park behind where I live, Kings Park in Bournemouth. And you started it in 2019, is that correct?
Yes. In 2019, we ran 2 events. Then the pandemic came, so we had to cancel. And right now we are starting completely new. And I'm really excited about it because, in fact, starting from this year, we became an umbrella event for the diverse communities from our area. So that means that next to all we started. Can I talk more? I've told you, Timo, that once I start,
I know you're passionate.
So maybe for an introduction, I'll just cut it short, and then later you could ask me some questions because I just don't want to talk too much.
No, I know, but yeah,
no,
you're
cool. This is like a dinner table. Like we all can just talk, chime in, and say what's up. But yeah, your passion is dope. I'm all about passion. That's why I connect to you, Danny, too, and what you're doing. Both of you guys, and everyone.
Yeah, everyone has something interesting to say. Everyone is passionate about what we are doing. So I'll just say in short, we started at our first event. People from 18 different cultures were involved. Then the next event, 25 different diverse communities. Right now, I'm still counting. I don't know how many, but yeah, I think it's going to be even more people from even more communities involved, and that is something I'm incredibly happy and incredibly excited about.
I think it's like 30 nations, isn't it, are going to be represented, and this is like 30 nations represented in our little hometown in England, in Britain.
It can be more. It can be more. Especially that right now I'm still talking to some communities. So we live in Dorset. However, I started to talk to some communities from Hampshire, to someone from London. So we'll see how it's going. And nevertheless,
that's awesome.
What I want to say that next to me just inviting the members of different communities, there will be also other communities, other diverse communities running their own events within our festival. So this is great.
Yeah, and go on, Awa.
No, dude, I'll let you go.
Well, I was going to say that the World of Love Festival is like this big party of food and music, voices and flavors from around the world, and dancing. And we had a little taster of it at the weekend, which I was lucky enough to host one of the stages of. And we just pinged around the world, and everybody just went with it. Okay, now we're in Kurdish Syria. Now we're in South America, and everybody just loved it. So it's a big weekend coming up. But what I was going to say to it was going to make me say, old boy, that it made me think.
I know where you're going, but I wasn't even going there. I mean, first of all, let me say one thing before you start rolling stuff. First of all, Debbie just says wonderful, passionate guest, and I just have to highlight Caroline Peach. Cause you already know Caroline. That's she says a lot of creativity, social, and inclusivity, healing with the guest tonight. And I was just thinking, like, listening to about your festival, and I'm thinking about Danny here, who could be at the festival, right? I mean,
Yes.
He's literally incredible, right? And then Evelyn, I'm like, I wanted, like, right before we like moved to like another piece, I was thinking like harp on the like this idea. It seems like everyone here is about healing and is literally using their passion to bring people together in a certain way, create conversation. To me, it seems like we're all creating conversation, like you, Evelyn, with your writing, Danny, with how you do your art. Obviously, with the festival, you're literally, bringing cultures together. I just thought that that's like a cool theme of today, is like, and how we could harp on the importance of creating conversation.
Yeah. Getting people talking.
Yeah.
Evelyn, that's something you must facilitate doing.
There's a lot of that. A lot of talking in the classroom, a lot of discussion.
Yeah, but what's the importance of it? Like, just there's no right or wrong. Like, we can just talk here normally, guys. Like, what is the importance of it? Like, I mean, honestly, that's what you guys are literally doing. Like, what's up?
Hearing from, I mean, it's so great to hear like Danny's background and Bea's background, and that's the beauty of it, is just like hearing about other folks' experiences, and it informs your own understanding about yourself, the world. You grow from learning new things, and so I just appreciate being in a room like this.
That's cool. I want you to harp some more on like bringing people together and like what that means. But I like that answer. You right, girl. But Dan, okay, let me ask Danny then really quick. Danny, like what, like you're creating a conversation in a space that doesn't necessarily, like, through the art that you're doing. Like, how is that important? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's really important because, I mean, like you said, with entertainment, like that brings people together, and it also is a really easy way to start conversations. And also, if you do things in a certain way, I mean, you can literally disrupt entire paradigms.
Wow.
Sure.
There's something too there, Danny, about maybe I'm getting deep fast, but when Bea picked me up on Let's Remember the Dance, and one of the big things that we had at the weekend was when loads of people just jumped into a Zumba class with Ellie, who was leading on the stage, and just physical embodiment is so empowering. Circus work is incredibly embodying work, isn't it? Are you helping people sort of root themselves back into their bodies partly with what you're doing as part of a healing thing? Is that part of what's going on when you do that work?
That's part of it. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, it's like a self-ownership.
Sweet answer. Jesus Christ, I love it. Okay. Well, shoot, then freaking ask them a question they can expand on, bro.
No, I think, you know what we got to do now? I was thinking what we got here is, I don't know why, mate. I'm just getting something come to me. It's like a picture
I know.
of a colourful round table that we're all.
What
I
could
know.
it possibly be?
What could
no
it?
idea.
I have no idea.
What goal are you most plugged into? Seriously, we need to know what goal you like.
Okay, Miss World of Love, let's go with you first. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. What goal are you most plugged into, girl?
You said first.
Yeah, Bea, this isn't a test. I don't know how much you.
I should have just said Bay. This is when you pick like an SDG, right? You're like, oh, I most care about people getting water or reducing inequality or whatever. Like, what goal? If you know the goals, if you don't know the goals, this is a great time to explain them. But like, which one do you like most connect to? You know what I'm saying? Of the 17, does that make sense?
It's not a test, but do you know much about the global goals, Bea?
A little bit. Well, with the World of Love Festival, we just want to focus on literally spreading the love to other cultures, spreading the love to other people, regardless of the language they speak or the culture they come from. So yes, so this is it. There isn't.
Dude, she's honestly, bro. You're kind of goal 17 though, bro, because she's bringing people together though.
Partnerships. I was wondering. This is like a nice test every week, isn't it? Kind of. Ooh,
I know.
passion does it? Yeah, the yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say you're totally about 17, which is part of the goals, bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously spreading love. Like, I mean, I totally think that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like in general. Evelyn, like, what about you? Like, what do you have a goal that you kind of connect to?
You know, this is always a really hard question for me because all of them are important goals. I mean, a lot to me, so it's really hard. But since I had to narrow down one, since I have to do that, I think it's 14. I don't want to get the number wrong, but peace, justice, and social institutions.
That's 16.
16.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, that one definitely.
Wow, no one's ever picked that one.
Really?
Yeah, nobody cares about peace and justice.
Yeah, that was definitely something that resonated, with me and the work that I do is, connections with other human beings, justice and respect for one another, which will lead to, I think, respect for our natural environment as well. If we can respect and love one another and see one another as equal human beings and capable human beings, I think that'll translate to the natural environment. And the social institutions, like I'm a sociologist. And so we talk about social institutions all the time. Those are the pillars of our society. Those structures have to shift and change in order to see, significant social change.
Yeah, I feel like we need a jingle for just every time we need to say system change, and I haven't got one. System change.
We should dive more into that. Some of the stuff that you're saying is next level, Evelyn. Like your mind's super, super incredible. Like that's this blowing me away. But you're right. No, you're totally right. Like respect, the whole thing of respect for each other. It seems like a disrespect for other humans or being superior or the thought of having more money or whatever has created disrespect I've seen in the world, which enables you to treat someone disrespectfully, right? Man, that's crazy. Danny, what about you? Yeah, Timo. Yeah, I know. Say something on it, bro.
No, I'll come back. Danny, what goal are you most plugged into?
So when I went down and met AY and I ended up talking to Tyra, she filmed me and asked me the same question, and I actually had picked 16 as well. But yeah,
it's a good one.
I actually researched all of them. Like I read the entire thing.
Wow.
And so I guess would be most plugged into the no poverty one and the ending the violence against children one, and also health and wellness. So
yeah, so you just cheated and pulled in 2 extra ones there. So you just grabbed. It was like a smash and grab. You got 3, but definitely poverty there, and poverty in all its forms, which they put as their number 1 goal.
Yeah. And that's a big part of what I actually do with my job is teaching people how to get out of it.
Interesting. And how do you do that?
I do that with studying. I mentor people, and we study different books and stuff, that other people that have gotten out of poverty have studied and, used it to help them. So I've got a lot of really amazing mentors, and now I'm mentoring others and how to do the same.
That's interesting. How do you draw on your own experience there as part of the fuel for what you're doing?
Yes.
You're teasing us. I mean, obviously you don't need to talk about it if you don't wish to.
By the way, you're you can say yes and you can expand on it.
Okay. So basically, I started my circus company, I would say in 2015 is when I started performing full time and started really learning about the money mindset stuff. And because I was in a legal battle at the time. And I mean, I've been in poverty most of my life. So when that legal battle, came up, it it fueled the passion to be able to get through that. But I was able to take my passion for hoop dance and circus, and also for studying mindset development stuff, which I've done my entire life. I was actually homeschooled as well. And so since I was really young, I've just studied everything that I could get my hands on my own. And with that, you know, that really helped me be able to get through that struggle of learning how to come out of that, learning how to take your skills and create an income and, you know, manifest anything you want, literally.
Yeah.
No, I go ahead, Timo. Yeah.
I was just going to mention Zach, actually, who was on our show weeks back and said when he was at his very lowest ebb and he was dealing with addiction as well. And he said, I just didn't want to be here. And then I think it was where he'd had contact with a kind of mentoring relationship. That voice in his head then said, take one step, dude, right where you are, even now in this lowest point, and you will be taking a step towards change.
I mean, that's literally the very premise of being an outlet, in a sense of, you know, we say be an outlet for change, you know, take an action, take a step every day toward achieving your dreams and goals, towards sustainability, right? Like it takes that, you know, taking that one step, you know, really daily, and you can make things happen. I mean, I want to bounce this back to Miss Bay. What's up, Bay? But also like Evelyn chime in here, you know, and you know, Evelyn, it'd be so tight to hear. Honestly, I want to hear like one of your, you know, one of your pieces, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe on the show, you know, like us, you know.
Let's hear from Bay. I did want to. I wanted to say, you know, in response to what Danny was saying, you know, a lot of times it is hitting some sort of rock bottom or having, you know, a really challenging experience that, you know, really creates the sort of motivation for us to, you know, become more active and become change agents, right? I think we're the people that are sometimes more equipped than others to do this sort of work, this sort of justice work, because we have that experience. We've had that personal experience. And I'm someone that was in foster care, you know, growing up in a lot of precarious situations, growing up, and you know, nothing too terrible, thank goodness, but I definitely had some challenges, and that was absolutely informative and shaped the direction of my life. So I appreciate you sharing that, Danny.
Yeah,
I think that usually if we do something with passion, this is because it started somewhere deep inside in us. So when it comes, for instance, to our event, to the World of Love Festival, as you can hear, my accent is not as perfectly British as Timo's. So I'm originally Polish. I came to the UK. I can see things from a bit different perspective. And I think when I connect with other people like me who came to this country from abroad as adults, or maybe as young people, maybe as children, or maybe they even were born here, but their parents or grandparents one day in the past came from another country, another culture. It just creates a completely different point of view, and the understanding of certain things is just different.
Is there some power in being an outsider to things?
Ooh. I feel like there has to be, bro, because like, I mean, even in my life, I always felt like the outsider. Like Danny said, I was homeschooled. I always didn't feel like I fit in. I don't know, Evelyn, about you, like us being in the professional space, a lot of times we don't see people who look like us or have achieved what we have, right? Like, so how does that, like, let me throw that to you, like, how, you know, what are your dealings with that, of like seeming like being sometimes the only Black person in the room or the only like female writer that, right?
Yeah, it's a common experience. And I think it makes you work harder. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate that sometimes people feel like they have to be like exceptional in order to even get in the door or to be paid attention to or respected, but it does make you work harder and helps you to fine tune kind of what it is that you want to do. So I definitely think that's been a part of it.
Yes, but I also think it's important that not everyone does it. It's not easy for everyone. And I can raise my hand here, but I think it's important for us to embrace the way we are and embrace the challenges we have been through, the experiences we have been through, because that can help us create things as beautiful as Danny or Evelyn are doing, or you guys, because it's my first time at this show, and I just love it. I just love it.
I mean,
It feels.
Go ahead, Timo.
No, you go, man. You go.
I mean, all I'm going to say is that that's that notion that I've lived my life by. And I think whoever's listening, by the way, this is the Global Goals Music Roadshow. You know, if you guys are paying attention, please leave a comment, like say something. I mean, it's that idea of self going in, like knowing your why, like you said, embrace, you know, you, that's like be you, be an outlet, you know, that's literally the movement that, you know, and what I believe we all must do, right? You know what I'm saying, Timo? I
do. And you have, you know, there's you talking about going to extremes. I think excelling is a sort of personality thing. You're either wired to really do it or not. But circumstances, just like you were saying, Evelyn, can really then, you know, sometimes you just got to fight twice as hard just to prove yourself in the same way. And this is all part of a systemic challenges we're all dealing with, how easy it is to fall out of the system or be not seen by the system, all the missing data sets, as it's sometimes put, people who aren't important enough to be tracked or whatever by tech. But you, mate, you are such a grafter with such a big vision. And every week we sort of try to share a bit about what the Battery Tour is and what you've been doing. You know, where have you come from? What is the Battery Tour from your point of view?
I mean, honestly, the Battery Tour is as much of everything that you guys are talking about. I mean, you know, I was homeschooled, so I used my passion, you know, of music to help make change. I actually agree with you guys. I think change comes from passion. You know, so I obviously spent my life preaching the message and and giving people, inspiring people, the validation that I even needed within myself, which is that you are enough, that you know, you can just be you and wear what you wear and talk how you talk and embrace that, you know, and be an outlet for change and take an action every day and live in your passion. I mean, that's what I've been doing, you know, obviously just all over America and the world. I mean, that's what the Battery Tour is, you know.
It is, and you've been expressing it as an artist and a performer in your inimitable way with talent. Shall we roll VT, maybe? Get one of our many production staff to roll VT about a little bit about the background.
Guys, here's a little bit of the journey. With the Battery Tour, and we're here in Honduras. It's beautiful.
We develop and deploy renewable energy to people around the world that need it. It's all about
a local hip-hop artist makes an international name for himself. He is the first artist to power his concert with 100% renewable energy.
It is a real honor to recognize Mr. A.Y. Young, the founder of Battery Tour.
It's incredible. Can't wait for you to see this. The United Nations is now throwing its support behind him.
Mr. Young has made a big impact in his young life, born in 1991. He's a singer-songwriter, a dancer, producer, entrepreneur, and sustainability advocate. He's staged and performed more than 800 concerts. He was named by the United Nations recently as one of 17 youth world leaders of the world, the only individual selected for that honor from the United States.
Forward to stimulating this local economy further, bringing entrepreneurs together, bringing businesses together, bringing the world together so we can make some change.
I'm AY with the Battery Tour, and we're here in Honduras. It's beautiful. We're going to bring power, solar energy, medical supplies, reading glasses, all those things to the people of Honduras.
if it's true.
The Global Girls Music Roadshow International News Bulletin, brought to you by top correspondent Timo McNewsface. Hello, yes indeed, this is the International News Bulletin of the Global Girls Music Roadshow with me, Timo McNewsface. And in some rather startling news over the last 2 weeks, it is reported by The Guardian and many other outlets around the world that the Amazon rainforest is now emitting more CO2 than it absorbs. I'll just let that sink in. Cutting emissions more urgent than ever, say scientists, with forests producing more than 1 billion tons of carbon dioxide a year. The Amazon rainforest is now emitting more CO2 than it's able to absorb, scientists have confirmed for the first time. The emissions amount to billions of tons of CO2 a year, according to a study. The giant forest had previously been what is known as a carbon sink. This is it another tipping point along the way on our journey of the climate crisis? Very grave news. And here to discuss this topic with me is, I believe, the local decider. Hello, Mr. Decider. So we seem to have a very bad line here. Here he is.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Decider.
My stupid internet. I don't know why.
Apparently, they've patched you through as our. Could we not get another expert?
No, I know
okay.
what I'm talking about. I'm trained in the old ways of doing things. I know how life should be, how it's been, and how it needs to keep going. Question.
Well, that's interesting because life has been for hundreds of thousands of years, much longer than that even, processing carbon dioxide through sinks like the Amazon rainforest. And it's just flipped into producing it. What do you think of this?
It works, doesn't it? You're turning on your little house in your apartment, right? You get your food at the supermarket. You eat it. Does it taste good to you? Tastes good to me.
Yes, that's right. But of course, this is a fundamental life system on Earth. And if CO2 rises too fast, we may reach other tipping points that will disrupt things like growth and getting food into your shops. What do you think of that?
CO2, HBO, that's a good channel. Who cares?
And talking of food, it is reported here that most emissions are caused by fires, many deliberately set to clear land for beef and soy production.
What do you want my guys and my friends to do? We make a lot of money how things are. What are we supposed to do? Change? Affect our bottom line? All this stuff. What action are we supposed to take? I don't know, and I don't care.
Yes, well, of course, it will affect your bottom line if you can no longer eat or sell what you have been for a while. Sustainability, of course, requires that you do change.
I've got plenty of money. I don't give a crap. This stupid AY guy, the sustainability movement crap.
Yes, the AY thing.
They suck. I'm sick and tired of all this bull crap. Give me up to date show.
Yeah, I think we seem to have lost the local decider there as ever. Much more light than heat. Is that the right way around? Am I being ironic or just saying it? Heat is also a sensitive subject. I've been Timo McNewsface. This is the International News Bulletin of the Global Girls Music Roadshow. The Global Girls Music Roadshow International News Bulletin, brought to you by top correspondent Timo McNewsface. Welcome back to the Global Girls Music Roadshow. I thought I'd added things to the stream. Well, I don't know what we all made of all that, but I know that AY and I are grateful for the little buy yourself some time jingle that StreamYard kindly shows in. Yeah, mate, he hacked in again. I don't know why we keep getting him as an expert every week.
honestly, it's a little bit annoying, bro. It's a little
It
bit
is.
annoying.
It is.
But I mean, guys, what were you guys talking about? Carbon and stuff? Like, guys, what do you think about what the heck, dude? Like, we're destroying this world, right? Like, I mean, we're gonna need collaboration to fix this, right?
Yeah, that's what's so great about hemp and other sustainable crops, which is another thing that I'm involved in. Like, hemp is really doing a lot. Like, it's taking over the world.
Hemp, yeah, I mean, this is talking about system change, as Evelyn was just now. This trying to think of lots of different ways of doing things all at once is a big deal. But how do you guys make sense of, putting on a festival called World of Love, inviting people to think differently? How do you encourage people to do this when we get headlines like that are systemically massive bits of news? How are we supposed to process them? How do you help people around you process news like that? Anybody?
I think starting from the youngest generation, you were talking about the Amazon rainforest. We will have. I've mentioned that there will be different diverse communities involved in our event. So one of the activities from the Brazilian community, it will be the Amazon rainforest activities for children. So teaching them, showing them through interaction, through just having some fun, teaching about the world,
trying to bring it alive.
Yeah.
It's the younger generation. She's so right. I mean, one of the best ways in the younger generation, they're influenced by social media, right? TikTok, things like that. Honestly, the things that like Evelyn, you're doing, obviously Danny too, you with the art and music festivals and sound, like that's what influences them. I mean, guys, jump in and like maybe we could talk a little bit more about like
I totally
how
agree.
to connect.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. That's what I've been doing with my 4 children. Is literally we've just been living this life, and we're second generation unschoolers. Like, they don't go to public school. They go to events with me. I'm teaching them how to build an income for themselves using social media and using the internet. And like, that's what we do. Like, I teach them every single day, and they get to live life and actually see and experience the world.
And how do they relate to stuff like this? Do they talk back to you about your own sense of mission and how they feel about it?
Oh yeah, we talk about everything.
Yeah, that's great.
Evelyn, I was going to say, from a sociological point of view, how are your students and the people around you processing this, and how do you help them make sense of just the times we're in that are overwhelming?
Yeah, no, I was really resonating with what was said about youth and children. I mean, I teach mostly 20-something, sometimes some 18 and 19-year-olds, sometimes some 16 and 17-year-olds as well. Yeah. And I have 2 children that are in elementary school and middle school, one in elementary school, one in middle school. So that's always been a very central focus of mine, is connecting with the youth because they are the upcoming generation. They are the ones, and they're amazing. Like, Danny, I'm sure your children are absolutely amazing. The kids of this generation are so much more conscious and informed. They've been alive to see women hold positions that had never, been done before, to see a Black president. They've seen, gender equality take these immense strides. They've just seen completely different things than what we or our parents or our grandparents saw. And so their minds are so different, and they're really some go-getters. So I'm really excited about the upcoming generation, and definitely tapping into them. And also, I'm in the educational institution. I've worked in academia probably my whole life as a student, and then working in academia after I finished school. But I'm also the biggest critic of the educational institution as well. And so I have no problem highlighting its issues. And
it needs a lot of work, right?
Yeah, the this sort of factory production model that takes place. And I push back against that in my teaching and with my children as well. You know, they come home and I look at their assignments and things like that. I go into the classroom, everyone in the school knows me very well. You know, like it takes that sort of work too. To shift and change these institutions, because we have to engage. There's a part of me that just wants to say, you know, sometimes I'm just like, forget it. I just want to get out of this, you know, institution. But I think it is really useful to have folks like me and folks who are challenging the problems that exist to be there and to be that voice.
How do you do that though? How do we challenge the system at any given point? You're working in it, you know, you can see what's wrong. How do we? Let's pick education, because the system's too big a thing. How would you challenge it yourself, and how would you expect us to help the system get challenged? Education.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like on the macro, you know, a broad level, and then the micro level. Like the micro level is kind of my classroom. And I'm with a faculty group that's really looking at our syllabus and trying to make it more inclusive, and really thinking about some of our attendance policies and things like that really become problematic for a lot of our low income students of color.
Wow.
And on a broader level, I mean, systemic change as far as the, you know, educational boards and the funding for education, and the fact that local property taxes is what funds a lot of public schools, that creates a lot of the disparities in public schools. So things like that are things that we can kind of hop into now by going to school board meetings, city council meetings, and just kind of educating ourselves and getting involved in our community.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And obviously, AY and I believe very much in the fact that art and the arts and music can create experiences that change the way you feel about the world around you, the people around you, the future ahead of you. And AY, I kind of feel, you know, this is something you could easily maybe jump into here and sum up nicely, because you've usually got quite a nice.
I don't know. I saw the comment too, bro. By she asked about the outlet teachers, and I was thinking about like, education is definitely the way to go on that.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? I'm AY, and we're gonna change the world. And I've been collaborating with educators to bring the Battery for Global Goals program to students around the country.
Hey y'all, I'm Amy Hillman. I've been an educator for 27 years. Science is my thing. Welcome aboard and getting connected to become an outlet. I am a hashtag outlet teacher, and I want you to have a hashtag outlet classroom. AY and the Battery Tour have put together on this site
We've been doing some stuff, guys. In the schools.
That was going really well. You seem to. I think just keep it. I think just keep that moving. It was a nice. You were going to talk about our outlet teachers who are amazing.
Timo, I can't hear.
Yeah.
Yo.
No, but the thing, because that was a really good thread, and we could take it forward. Education is just so vital, and the outlet teachers like Amy and others are doing such great work. AY's been in there entertaining and helping. Man, just jump straight back in. Jump straight back in.
Yeah, I keep he keeps calling me. Yeah, guys, Danny, you're so awesome. Like honestly, the World of Love Festival. I mean, this is mine, guys. I had such a great time conversating. Timo, you.
Yeah. No, but that was just
I legitimately, guys. Evelyn, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go. You guys rock, though, man. I gotta go. I gotta hit the right now.
But that was a really.
Oh my God.
Okay, so that happened again then. So anyway, that is the life of showbiz changemaker, moving so fast that he can't always keep up. Often, he just leaves his chair spinning behind him, and we don't. And that's all we see of him. So we're lucky to have. We're lucky to have had him for this long. Guys, we're getting to the end of our show. I want to thank each of you. So there's a hand up at the back of the class. Yes.
just one thing, because right now I'm speaking in public to you and asking you, AY, the next World of Love Festival, we need him here.
Yes, we do. Have you?
Right now, it's a bit too late because it's less than a month to go. But next year, we will need to have a chat, please.
Yes, well, there's your answer at the moment. His chair's still spinning. That's how fast he moves. But Bayer, how much I would love my brother in Kings Park behind my studio up on a stage.
Next year, we don't know whether it's going to be Kings Park or elsewhere, but definitely, I would love to have a chat. What do you think?
That's a great thing. So while you're speaking, Bayer, in wrapping up, where can people find out more about World of Love Festival?
It's www.worldoflovefestival.co.uk or in one of our social media accounts, so either Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Facebook, I think it's the most active.
Yes, great. And we had such a laugh last weekend. I can't wait for the big whole festival weekend coming up, 28th and 29th of August. If you're watching from the UK, anywhere near the South Coast, get down to Bournemouth and join us for that.
Yes,
Bayer, thank you.
By the way, sorry, I just keep interrupting
Go
you.
for it.
But, we are planning to do live streaming, so I hope that at least some parts of the event will be available online on YouTube and on Facebook.
Brilliant. And we will try maybe share some clips, certainly through our channels here, but maybe put some bursts up in the show at some point. That'd be lovely. Thank you. Danny, what would you like to say in leaving to people? Where can people find you and joining you for mentorship?
They can find all of that on my website. It's www.dannyalchemy.com.
dannyalchemy.com. Wonderful. Thank you. And anything else, any thought you want to leave us with?
Just that I really enjoyed meeting everybody and getting to connect with y'all. And I really look forward to what this, comes out of it.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you. And Evelyn, what would you like to say? And where can people find you and your writing?
Yeah, thank you. And same to you, Danny, and to Bayer, everyone. This is really great. I'm working on building a website, but currently I'm on Facebook, Evelyn M, as in Michelle Reynolds. I'm on Instagram at Evelyn M Reynolds. And I have a LinkedIn page. and you can find my writing, probably just put my name in a Google search or put in Black Lives Matter or something like that. And I'm sure some of my writings will come up and some of my videos and things will come up.
Oh, wonderful. That sounds great. And we need to go on, Danny, go on.
I was just going to let you know that there's 2 I's in the Danny. So the website is DANII.
Wonderful. We'll stick that in our threads and stuff below. Look, all three of you, thank you ever so much. It's been lovely to meet you. And thanks for bringing your worlds together briefly into the chaos and joy of the Global Goals Music Roadshow. Danny, thank you ever so much. It's been wonderful to meet you. Bayer, wonderful to see you on here. Evelyn, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, that is our show. That's it from this week. Can we change the world? If we didn't hear it this week, we can change the world. Is that a lie they told? That is my kind of cheesy cocktail lounge version of AY's beautiful song from the 17 album. So what have we learned today? We all sat around a table of love tonight, didn't we? I know there's a common way of putting it. But there was something about being outsiders in today's show, wasn't there? That it can, at your lowest ebb, or just because you're systemically not meant for this particular system, skin, gender, experience, overlooked, it can give you a perspective on what needs to change. So this has been our show, the Global Goals Music Roadshow. And if you want to join in and share how you're plugging in your passion, you can find us on ayyoung.com. Join in, you could be on the show sharing how you've been plugging in your passion. I've been Timo Peach. You can find me at Momo Tempo, and you can find AY at ayyoung.com. Come and join us. I can't end it on a duff note. What was that? That's not a thing. I can't end it there. It was getting rousing. Love you.
Teachers, leaders, dreamers, let's go.